Oh boy, we got something special for y'all tonight. Yes, we do. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Yes, we are. We're gonna have a real good time tonight. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it right. Yes, indeedy, everybody. Welcome back to that Literate Friday show. We're gonna do it. We're gonna be a little hot tonight. We're gonna be just a little hot. But I see you all. Who all do we have in the house? We got Donald Graham made it. Donald Hughes made it. Patrick made it. Andrew Sorigliano made it. Matthew made it. Look at them all. Derek, thank God he made it. How you doing?
I'm doing good, buddy. How you doing?
I'm getting
back in my fresh cut.
My
hair looked so bad last week. I had to get it just chopped off. I'm tired of it.
They got sick and tired of seeing this mullet guy get on their roof. So let's see. We got smoke.
It wasn't a mullet. Let's be honest. Come on.
Hey, party everywhere for the D-man. We got Smoked Kentucky Piper. Todd's in the house. Who else we got? Boris, he's in the house. Kevin, good to see you. Mr. Evil. Evil Z, good to see you, man. We got the usual suspects. Doing it wrong is doing it right by joining us on the Literate Friday show. We got so much in store for you tonight. We got some extra guests coming on the show tonight. That's going to be fun. We've got this day in history. We've got some birthdays, which are great. We might have a few more jokes.
So I don't know.
A few more.
Is the intro music playing? Because they said they couldn't hear the intro music.
I don't know. Play some music. Let's see. Are we starting off like that already? Is that how we're starting off? Can you hear
the music?
Now the music's gonna duck, so if it's going down too low, I can fix that real quick. Let's see. I can fix that real quick. We'll do it like that. There we go.
They hear the music. That's good enough.
They hear the music.
Good enough.
We've done what we can. All
so
right,
how was your week, buddy?
Good. My week was good.
Good.
It was long. It was long, drawn out. The typical, we were doing our thing. By the way, I'm smoking some Germain medium flake. I'm addicted to it in my little cobby that old Todd sent me. I don't like Germain medium flake that much.
Hope everyone's doing well.
That got in my mouth.
From Picking and Piping.
Hearing an echo.
This is Patrick. This is Patrick.
All right. So what are we? All right. So you're hearing echoes. Confirm that. And let's see if we're. Can anybody else confirm an echo?
Are we hearing an echo when I talk, or echo when Martin talks?
Yeah. When are you hearing an echo?
I am King Dingling on this thing.
Okay. So let me listen to this. I wonder if I can go ahead and say it.
Echo for both. You know what? Never fails. There's always something.
Oh, no, it isn't. Oh, it can't be. Say the name. Boris.
All right. So, I hear it. Let's see.
You don't want to get mixed up with a guy like me. I'm a loner. A rebel.
A loner. A rebel.
Well, I will say, while we fix the echo so you can hear it, no echo if you don't talk. Yeah, that's probably how we should do it. I'm smoking Haunted Bookshop. Personal favorite, so always good.
Let's see if it's the road. It was the road. Okay. What we have is an extra mic. Let's see if this fixes it. It's probably the transmitter.
I'm getting really sick of guys named Todd.
I love Todd. Is the echo getting better?
I'll talk now. Is there an echo now? Has it gotten worse or has it gotten better?
Still hearing it.
I say there's no telling.
Oh, that sounded better.
Sounds better now? Okay, good. Martin is the master of the sound.
Let's try it at
When you have too many
165.
mics, you have too many mics, too many cooks in the kitchen. Test.
I also think too. This just tells me even more. I need to get another board.
Martin's convinced himself into buying a new soundboard.
I'm getting there slowly but surely. Oh God!
So it's better. All
Say
right.
something, D.
Testing for the echo. Testing. Ooh, it's burning hot. I need to calm down.
It's sounding way better. I'm gonna push it a little bit further. Derek, you talk because I think you talking is gonna help fine tune it.
Can you hear me now? I'll test. I had a pretty good week. Very busy week. A lot of rain the past few weeks up in Georgia, so a lot of leaks for me to repair. So had a fruitful week. Other than that, I don't know what you want. I can just talk gibberish. This is a Dracula Peterson. That was the.
I think we got it.
From the wonderful Sue Jones, who needs to join us. I guess we need to reach out to Sue Jones and see how she's doing. Haven't seen her in the past couple of weeks.
Does that sound better, everybody? Oh
Does
no!
that sound better? I think that took care of it.
I think I just.
Patrick Grant's just cursing in the chat.
Is he?
It just says message redacted.
I hit puberty, Mr. Stuff and Puff. Kiss.
You know what? It's a wonderful day for Martin's family. They finally dropped.
Okay. And the funny thing is from all that, I heard that I need to bump Derek up. So
I'm a little bit quiet as well. I can
Everything good now.
Everything
Fly Piper,
good?
good to see you.
We're back
WR
to the,
Stuff and Puff, good to see you. Patrick, good to see you. Did we clear it? Is it cleared?
And I will say, we're like a wizard. We're always on time. So don't worry about what time it is. It's the right time.
It's always the right time.
It's always the right time.
Doing it wrong says sound goodish.
That's all we ask for. Everybody! Oh, jeez.
Golly, we stalled enough just to get that sucker in.
That's all we ask for is that it's goodish.
Did someone say shut?
Oh.
Is
oh
there
my gosh.
alcohol
Oh,
involved
no.
in this?
Oh, no.
Did you bring... Ugh. You are one dirty bastard.
How did you show up?
Well, truly, I've been living here for about 6 months.
Oh, is that what the noise in the attic was?
That's definitely what the dead squirrel smell is.
I was wondering what that was.
Yeah, it's not good.
So now I've got to stare at Martin. And I've got this dang bird in my peripheral. So this is great.
Yeah, I won't be here
When
long.
we split the screen, can you still see the bird?
The air of
No.
desperation
Okay.
The bird has
coming
to be
off of
closer
you
if
is
you
very
split
smelly.
screen.
All right.
So go back to you. You don't need me right now.
How have you been, Morty?
I've been doing okay, you know.
Yeah.
Just trying to hang in there.
I
You know,
understand.
like the cat on the poster.
Yeah.
Except by hang in
get it.
there, I've been trying to hang myself.
Is it a
Oh,
problem?
my
Is it a
God.
problem if I drink a beer in front of you?
No,
Okay.
it's a problem if you don't get me one.
Is that going to show up on your ankle monitor or?
No, it'll be fine.
Here, I got you one. I got you an Innocent Gun
Hey!
classic. There you go.
Yeah.
Go.
Oh God, no, it's gonna be. We're gonna get arrested. Oh,
Okay.
All right, you lost that one.
All right.
The bird will not give that back. Wow,
Nope, it's mine.
wow.
You guys, you mind if I just hang out here for a few minutes or so?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
As
whatever
long as
you
it
need to
takes
do, man.
do a shot.
Whatever
with
you need to do.
I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy you're back. I always appreciate it. What did Patrick say? That's not much to brag about, but hey, thanks a lot.
I'm not going to smoke Morty's
Thanks.
pipe because I think it only holds about 1/10 of an ounce of tobacco. Yeah, I am an enabler. That is true.
An enabler. All right.
We're going to do this. All right, let's go.
Cheers.
Cheers, Morty.
Cheers.
Hate your guts.
Salute.
And that was the 8-year-old Dickel.
Oh,
There's
nothing like some 8
that I like to trickle.
Oh,
More
okay.
than some
all right.
hot
all right.
Dickel.
Oh, my God. I'm going to light my pipe again. What is everybody else smoking and drinking tonight?
I don't know if everybody heard me as I was echoing, but this is Haunted Bookshop, and I think I have a year-old Oktoberfest. So
That's at least.
Phil Rivera,
That's at least a
pipe
year old.
maker
I
extraordinary.
don't know what Morty has over
Guaranteed that's at least a year old. Phil, you made it. Good to see you, sir. Man, I tell you, I love that flipping that freaking medium flake. Golly, it's good. Holy mackerel. But without further ado, let's get into the regular scheduled program.
What are we talking about today, folks?
Well, I'm talking about a birthday, and I'd like to say happy birthday to none other than Mr. Matthew Perry.
I love Matthew Perry.
Have you seen him lately? There's a reason.
I mean, he's aged. You know,
Oh, he's aged.
he's rich. He's aged. He's had some problems.
Up
He's-
and out, as they say.
He's all right.
Born in Williamstown, is it Maryland or Massachusetts, MA?
I thought MA was Maine.
Maine. Okay. 53 years young today. TV actor who became known
MA is Maine.
Okay.
MA is Maryland.
We're past that.
Massachusetts.
We've gone.
I don't know.
Beyond. TV actor who became known as the wisecracking Chandler Bing on the NBC sitcom Friends. He also played lead roles in the films Fools Rush In and The Whole Nine Yards, and starred in the short-lived TV series Mr. Sunshine, Go On, The Odd Couple, and Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip. He was a top-ranked junior tennis player in Canada as a teenager. How about that?
Didn't know
How about
that.
the apples? Not smoking at the moment, Patrick. That's foul.
Right.
Everything is regular on the regular scheduled program. Road King Piper, good to see you, sir. Matthew Perry received an Emmy and a Golden Globe in 2006, or nominations for it, for his leading role in the TV movie The Ron Clark Story. He played the grown-up version of Zac Efron's character in the 2009 film 17 Again. And in November of 2020, he got engaged to Molly Hurwitz. Their engagement was called off in 2021. Surprise, surprise. He dated actress Lizzie Kaplan from 2006 to 2012. He previously dated Julia Roberts and Lauren Graham. Gets busy. He starred in the popular sitcom Friends alongside Jennifer Aniston, David Schwimmer, Matt LeBlanc, my favorite, Lisa
love David
Kudrow,
Schwimmer.
and Courtney Cox from 1994 to 2004. And then they had a reboot, which my wife watched. Also on this day in 1988, Crazy by Patsy Cline and Elvis Presley's Hound Dog were announced as the most played jukebox songs of the first 100 years. The jukebox had been around since 1906, but earlier models had been first seen in 1889. Also in 2004, the Google IPO, the initial public offering, raises $1.67 billion. Google was founded by Larry Page and Sergey Brin just 6 years earlier in 1998 while they were students at Stanford University, and because of the use of new ranking algorithms and its clean, uncluttered homepage, it quickly became the most used search engine in the world. I remember Ask Jeeves. Does anybody remember Ask Jeeves?
I remember Ask Jeeves. I liked Ask Jeeves.
I liked Ask Jeeves.
There was a couple of good search engines back in the day.
I think Ask Jeeves is still around. Wasn't there also Web Crawler?
Yeah, Web Crawler.
There was Dogpile.
Dogpile.
That was a good one.
I remember Dogpile. Absolutely. The IPO in 2004 offered 19,605,000 shares at a price of just $85 per share. That's just crazy because it's way beyond that now at this point.
I feel like we should bring Ask Jeeves back. He was so refined.
I feel like Ask Jeeves still exists. I mean, he exists somewhere. Phil Rivera got Dogpile. TOR, what was TOR?
Tor, yeah. Tor is like a web crawler.
Ah. I remember all those. I remember having to use those for research at school, but then they always wanted you to use Galileo.
Yeah, Galileo was like the official, where they had official
for all the
papers
books and everything. And now you have Audible.
Bing is still around too. Somebody brought up Bing. That is not a good search engine, but
let's be honest, it's probably as good as it is when it first started. I don't think it's changed much. What are you smoking over there? You already said what you were smoking?
I did twice. Haunted Bookshop.
Out of your what?
Oh, my Dracula Peterson from the lovely Sue Jones.
Yes,
thank
good
you very
housekeeping. Phil Rivera uses Brave browser and Tor. Oh, Alta Vista.
Oh, Alta Vista. That was the one I was thinking about. I knew there was another
one
in there. That's right.
Saying Jeeves like cheeks, or maybe I'm just too tired. You're too tired, Donald. I don't know why you're so tired. It's still early over there in Texas.
No, I heard it too. It definitely like what you would see on some chaps.
Doing it wrong says Phil searches via the dark web.
He only stays on the dark web.
That's his old military days. Anyone got mail still from AOL?
I had a client the other day.
You've got mail.
So every time I get a new client, I ask, email and everything, and somebody goes, "Just wait, I'm really old. I still have an AOL address," and it just cracked me up.
Every time
they were really funny.
Every time my father heard "You've got mail," it was like at midnight, and he would wake up, beat the crap out of me because it was right next to their room. The computer was, so the dial-up would be like, and all of a sudden he would wake up. "You've got mail." He's like, "You've got an ass whipping. Here it's coming." Because at that time they were charging by the minute.
Yeah, you would get those free.
Stuff.
You get those discs. It's like 90 minutes of internet. You just have to like redo the CD every few months or days or however fast.
Or
you
you
went through
paid
it.
by the minute and you got wore out. DuckDuckGo sold out. I don't know what that means.
DuckDuckGo is a search engine.
Oh, they sold out as in like they went mainstream
Corporate.
or something like that. I mean, I get it. For me, it makes sense. I don't see any issues with it. I mean, they do what they want. They got to make that money.
Everybody sells out eventually.
I'm trying to think.
This is brought to you by. No, just kidding.
There was just so much. They sold out. They sold some info to Microsoft, a limited amount. Ooh, interesting. That's kind of crazy to think about. That they might have sold. So when they sold out, they actually sold
They probably just sold user data to Microsoft to sell ads. That's what everybody does.
Here's a throwback. When I first, when I was a hatchling back in the 90s, I had my internet service provider was MindSpring.
Yes, MindSpring.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't heard.
All right, Morty, do you remember GeoCities?
I do.
GeoCities was a good one.
Do
Make
you
your
remember
Angel Fire? Make your own crappy website.
Yes, I made several role-playing wrestling federations using Angel
recall you
Fire,
doing that.
Geo. Yeah, I made a few of those.
I recall that.
I'm kind of curious. How long did birds live? If you were making websites in the 90s.
Basically, my blood is the equivalent of formaldehyde. At this
Okay,
point.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought you were. I
There's
thought
a
you were the
lot.
end. I thought you were the end of the line. That's what I was hoping you
A
would say.
lot of meth.
What? So just running through his little bird veins.
You're like Keith Richards. You're just.
Yeah, there were.
Pure
I may
meth.
not last that long, but I'll be here to see him outlive us all.
We had a couple mentions of Earthlink.
Earthlink. Yeah.
I
That's a
know
good one.
nothing about Earthlink. GeoCities in Minesburg, you haven't heard of that, Patrick? Yeah, I mean, you're going to hear it here, pal. This is where it's going. I wish we could bring
I
something
will
like
say,
that back.
MySpace taught me how to use HTML. Do you remember that when you had MySpace? So you could pull up MySpace, and to change how your screen looked, you could go in and edit the HTML files.
Okay.
To add pictures and stuff, and it would just be like, like junior basic level coding, but it kind of taught you a little bit about how to code. I know Morty knows a little bit about coding. So
Netscape.
Mm-hmm.
Netscape got mentioned that. Patrick Childers mentioned that. Roe King wants to know, is MySpace even right? I'm pretty sure that's
Justin Timberlake bought MySpace.
That's part of the
Do you remember
dark
that?
web. No, I didn't know that.
Justin Timberlake bought it, tried to bring it back as a music site, and then it failed again.
Okay, makes sense. Downloading music, yo, Napster. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
let's go ahead and get into piracy while we're at it.
Hey, what was the MP3 player that was around at that time? It had the
Winamp.
Yeah, Winamp. That they allowed you to do certain
right.
skins and things like that.
Winamp is still around.
Yes,
I read that came back. That's coming
It's
back.
still
this
around.
Year. They're
Nobody
re-releasing
in the history of mankind has ever paid for Winamp because they had a free trial that you could just extend forever. So nobody ever paid for it.
except
I don't know
for
how
all
they made
those
money off of it.
Europeans that kept calling customer service to try to cancel, and that never worked because there was nobody answering phones.
So I don't know.
It's kind of like the
I
IRS,
don't know how
even though
they-
they're
yeah.
going to bump it by 80,000 people with guns, morons.
Netscape was my first browser. When I loaded into when I did the dial up and everything, Netscape was what my
Can you
homepage
imagine
was.
the piracy when BitTorrent first came out? Yes, that's what my father heard, and then all of a sudden,
And then you got a butt
start.
whooping.
I'm gonna start twitching real quick. No, Dad, no. As he comes out in his whitey tighties, and I'm like, no. That's how I saw him coming because it was pitch black in the house, but those whitey tighties glowed.
So I would stay up. You would go to bed at your house, and I would stay up because Martin at the time had the satellites
Oh yeah.
that was unlocked, so you could get anything you ever wanted to watch. You could just find movies, HBO, maybe a little Skinamax.
No, we didn't have anything illegal because the FBI is still checking out my dad. To this
But
day.
I would stay up and
Kinda like
watch
the
TV,
IRS.
and Martin would be asleep. And his dad would come in at 4:00 in the morning because I worked late, so I'd come over late, stay up late. His dad would come up 4:00 in the morning. What are you doing? Just watching a movie. Okay. All right. Good night.
You're
All right,
like
good
the
night.
only person he was okay with about that.
He would never
Everybody
give me a hard
else-
time.
Oh,
It didn't matter.
God.
Like I was watching Dragon Ball Z. It didn't matter what it was. At 4:00 in the morning, his dad would just barge in and say, "Well, okay, well, have fun. Sounds good."
I feel like he thought you were the Unabomber.
And then he would
instead
come
of
in. Then he would come in and scream at Martin for being up.
and he would scream at me for snoring too loud or something like that. Oh, Andrew, they had a modem for the Sega Genesis? I didn't know this.
They did. It was an attachment that hooked to it, where you could download games and stuff, or I guess at the time stream.
I mean, I feel like if we were older, we came up with split screen.
we could have a whole series about how we invented split screen.
Right.
But do you remember playing Diablo 2?
I do.
We would all haul our computers together.
And World of Warcraft or Warcraft.
Yeah, we would
One
LAN up and just play, over dial-up internet with probably
all of our
1,000 millisecond,
and our 512 megabyte hard drives.
and just play Diablo 2 all night long.
We play it so much. But man, I just think about how much at the time, if you based it off of the percentage of piracy that occurred when Napster and BitTorrent and all that, like that whole in between section, how much piracy occurred at a rate of how many people had the computers and ability to do it versus now. Like now it's I mean, it's so massive that everybody probably still does it, I'm sure. But how much that blew up. I mean, you would download the crappiest version of a Spice Girls song. I'm not saying that I did that, nor do I condone it, and I love you, Baby Spice. But it didn't matter. Like, the quality of it would be garbage, and you would stick that on a CD or whatever it was, and it was horrendous.
Well, I don't pirate stuff now because my
I pirate stuff never.
my original LimeWire and Kazaa experience was so awful where you would try to, find a song file and you had to download 27 different files before you finally found the right one, and it was crappy quality.
Oh, it's terrible.
So now it doesn't even occur to me to download stuff.
No.
Because my initial experience was so terrible with it. I just don't care to.
I mean, I
and
agree.
I love the Police Back to Blue.
Andrew Sirigliano. Sorry, Andrew. Bluefin Piper says, Diablo 2, you guys are talking modern. We played Wolfenstein. I remember Wolfenstein.
Yeah, Wolfenstein was
great. That was a great game.
Wolfenstein and Doom were my first couple of games that on my my Packard Bell computer that I had, or maybe it was a Dell.
We were just talking about this too. We were talking about how Doom had a resurgence and how Wolfenstein did, and how we were waiting for a re-release of Hexen.
Preach.
Yes.
Hexen was probably the game that I played the most in that era.
Then I remember old games that we used to play on the big floppies like Wing Commander.
Yeah, Wing Commander was great.
Wing Commander was an awesome game.
Do you remember getting the games where you would download it, or you would have to install it, but it would be 47 3.5-inch floppy disks? That would be the game. It would just be a stack of disks where you had to put them in, pop them out, put them in. It's like, put disc number 12 in.
I remember doing that with Final Fantasy VII on PlayStation, but
no, like we were talking about some of the old point and click games like Monkey Island and stuff. And it would just be, 14 discs that you had to put in to install and take it out. I love those.
No, at Martin's house, we had all the games that were like the Dragonlance.
Yes.
And the Dungeons and Dragons games that came with like the cipher wheel that you had to line up certain icons to figure out the password. That's how you saved your game. And I would always try to figure that out and put something
and
in.
try to get in like further ahead in the game.
Yeah, could never do it.
No,
never ever, and
so
sucked
many
at
times.
the game.
All right, so Donald Graham brought up the Top Gun game. That I never could get past the landing on the aircraft
land
character.
that plane.
Here's the thing.
I've never landed that plane, and I've been alive for 40 years.
Once I figured out how to do it. Once you do it, you're like, oh, this is stupid.
There's probably I was 8, but it was probably the stupidest thing ever.
And then once you learned to do it, it was like the cheat code to get to Mike Tyson. It was just you're done. Like that's the hardest part of the game.
Probably very much like the Jaws game on the NES.
Oh, Jaws game pissed me off to no extent.
Where you just got to hover?
Yes.
Right there below the surface of the water.
You just do your thing, and then you fight Jaws, and you have to stab him with the bow, and then it's pretty much once you figure out how to do that, it's over.
Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale.
Oh, those are great games. Anybody remember? So earlier we were talking about point and click games, and I brought up Deathgate. Has anybody ever played the Deathgate games?
I have a feeling that I recall it, but
those
I don't think I played it.
The people that wrote Dragonlance wrote the Deathgate cycle, and they made an amazing game. Sierra made an amazing Deathgate game, and I've been looking for it for years to try to figure out a way to play it like on modern computers. I'm sure there's a way to do it. I just haven't looked for it.
Phil Rivera says he remembers very early games his uncle had in 79/80. He was an IBM guy. In the games, but all reading, choosing options, no graphics. Yeah, we put those on our TI-83s.
Yep.
Later on, where and it was like a door and like it was a Dracula game or something like that, and it was very read based.
So one of the most popular ones was Zork. Did you ever play Zork?
I did not, but I recall that game.
So my wife and I bought an Alexa for the car. I think they discontinued it, but we got it when they offered it. So when we go on road trips now, that you can play Alexa games, and one of them is you can play Zork, but it's read. The instructions are read to you, so it's like you're standing in front of a door, and then you say, go through the door, and it says you go through the door, and it says you see a goblin. What do you do? And so you just basically you play Zork, but it's like only through audio.
Right.
We went an 8-hour trip in the car just playing this game, and that and a music trivia game. And that it sucked the time away.
Some of them scared the crap out of me. That Dracula game, when I was younger, scared the crap out of me. I was so nervous I couldn't play it at night.
Yeah, I remember used to play the Friday the 13th game on the NES.
Oh, that was a great game.
He cheats.
Do you remember Splatterhouse?
He cheats. Hold on. Let him go.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to just say, there was one time I probably killed Jason 5 or 6 times. And just... He kept coming back, and then later on, I realized after reading like a Nintendo Power that that you had to just go do something with his mom and kill her in the cave, and you could do it very quickly.
Was everybody
Yes.
amazed at the movie
Yes.
The Wizard when you got to see Mario Brothers 3?
When I was a young bird, a fresh-faced hatchling before my crazy meth days, I remember on the 4th of July at the local park,
Hey there, Kevin.
right before that movie came out, there was a group that came out with about 50 TVs and 50 NESs, and there was a tournament to see who could get the highest score on Mario 3 before the game came out. And I never knew that it was such a big deal until the movie came out. And then the game eventually came out that I got to play it early, and I wasted my chance when I died on level 2. Like immediately right off the bat, died on level 2.
I feel like that was just like you have the Industrial Revolution, I feel like you had the electronics revolution during
100%.
that
Probably started
period.
1979 and just went from there.
And it blew up. I mean, just every bit of what we have now, like even what we're doing here, like, you know, and everything, like that foundation for everything started back then.
I
What
mean,
a cool time period to have grown up in.
So 100 years ago was 1922, right? And none of this stuff, nobody ever thought this stuff would exist. And in 100 years, that's how much it's exploded. Oh, way to ruin the mood.
Ruin the mood. This is setting the mood.
Oh, no.
I'm about to hit my stride here.
Oh.
My mom, to
I
her
don't know what
credit,
that is for a bird, but
my mom, to her credit, bought us a Commodore 64. Anybody remember that?
yes, I didn't have one, but I recall it.
Yeah, I loved that thing. Had some like really terrible games, but it was a blast.
The first console that I ever owned was an Atari. And there was one game, and once I mention it, everybody will know what I'm talking about. But I could never figure out how to play this game because I didn't have instructions. And you know, you're moving
was no
around
internet
this
to look
one
at.
joystick, there's one button, and all that would happen when you pushed the button was it would raise your neck. And that was it. It was E.T.
Oh, E.T.
And I never knew.
Horrible.
Never knew that it was actually the worst game
So bad.
ever made.
I mean,
When you hold your fingers like that, are you telling me to pour you a very wimpy shot there?
I'll tell you one thing, your bird is shaking like crazy.
Your bird's having with
Bird is
You're
the
winning.
word right now.
It was shaking so bad, I just
Got
said your
some
bird.
issues.
Morty was just,
Your bird's
Cheers.
having some troubles here.
You know, we were talking about making another podcast. Maybe we should
Cheers.
just talk about old video games.
Or hanging
Because
out
we
at
could
Martin's
talk
house,
about
all
that
the
for
fun things
years.
that happen at Martin's
I feel
house.
like we could do that. Would anybody show up for an old, here, before we get into that, pro tip. When you get down to the lower end of the bowl where you're getting close to the draft hole, Morty's talked about that before.
Draft hole.
When you get close to the draft hole, tamp from the front of your pipe back and actually tamp towards the draft hole, so that way you can get a lot of that dottle that's down there at the bottom of the pipe. Okay, pro tip.
Yeah,
Pro tip
tamp
for
your
everybody.
dottle.
Tamp
Every
the
once in a
dottle.
while, give your dottle a good tamp.
Speaking of tamping a dottle, let's have a few true stories. I think maybe they're true stories. I don't know if they're true stories. They're probably not true stories.
I'm kind of a big deal.
I know you.
People know me.
Oh, here he is.
Apartment smells of rich
Where?
mahogany.
Where have you been all my
He's
life?
got many leather-bound books.
All right, so true story. So I mean, you've seen what's been going on. So we've been talking a lot about this. There was an FBI agent named Craig. Craig's job was checking furniture that people sell online to see if there's nothing illegal in it. However, Craig had a weird habit. Instead of tracking all illegal items, he had a document with every single legal piece of furniture that people sold, and he was removing items from there if they turned out to be illegal. One day, Craig saw a listing for an IKEA desk. The price was oddly high, so Craig decided to dig deeper. After some investigation, it turned out that the man who sells the desk is a famous drug dealer, and there are various illegal substances hidden in the desk drawer. Needless to say, the man was banned from Craigslist. Sometimes I wonder if I should be pre-reading these.
You know, sometimes I wish I had 4 wings. So I
So you
could
could
slap
fly.
you 4 times.
I was going to say, so you could fly way faster.
All right. Yeah, I know. Let's see. Everybody, whatever that tweet is.
That was me,
Right.
actually. I'm sorry.
Why was the FBI? Nope.
How's that one going?
I'm not sure how to read this question.
Sound it out there,
Okay.
buddy. You'll get it.
Here we go. I'm so sorry. Why was the FBI agent happy after he visited a glory hole?
Oh, no.
Because he received an anonymous tip?
Maybe you should pre-select these.
I mean, that one's enough to kind of go under the radar. Wow. Oh, that one's an easy dad joke. What do you call a barbecue for the FBI?
What's that?
A stakeout.
God.
That's a dad joke. That's
That
a
is a
good
dad
one.
joke.
I like that one. Let's see. I've got a couple more in here. Let's keep it rolling for a second. Whew. That one anonymous one got me.
Yep.
Got me
Kevin
pretty
knows
hard.
what you're looking at online.
Leaking your web browser.
FBIGloryholes.com. Don't search it up.
Keep me rolling on the jokes. I just love the way this one always starts. All right, so
Bashugana.
Mushugana. Oy vey.
Hoppa! All right, if I were locked in a room with an agent from the CIA, FBI, and NSA, and I had a gun with only 2 bullets in it, I'd shoot myself in the back of the head 3 times.
That's some Vladimir Putin.
That's absolutely yes. Somebody offed. I don't know. Does that joke go to the other side? Oh, this is a long one. Okay, let's get ready for that. Buckle your seatbelts.
Don't call me Shirley.
Okay, will do. The FBI, CIA, and Los Angeles police get into a bragging war about their tracking skills. To settle the matter, they agree to a contest between their best units. Whoever can track down an elusive white rabbit in a 10,000 acre forest. No, we've already read this one. Nope. Fail. Mark it off.
You're the one that marks them off. What are you telling us for?
The height of professionalism.
I just feel like I don't want to read that one because it was similar to another one. All right, an FBI agent was called in to speak to the manager of a bank that had been robbed 3 times in a row by the same guy. He asked, what kind of distinguishing things can you describe about this man? Height, weight, tattoos, clothes? The manager said, what I noticed was that he seemed to be better dressed each time.
Wow. Wow.
I actually didn't even get that joke because I was too busy being enthralled by Kevin's idea that Phil should do video game pipes.
I
Oh no, I'm right
I'd
now.
be
I
all for
would.
that.
I immediately
I
started
would-
thinking, what would I like?
I would take one instantly.
Yeah,
Doesn't
you
matter what
would.
it is.
You
I would.
certainly
I
would
would
take one
take it.
instantly.
I would take it.
Yeah.
Who is the second most porn addicted person in the world?
They might be in this room right now.
My FBI agent.
Oh. That might be the best joke you've ever read on this.
I'm sorry, there was
read
a
on this
there was a
channel.
there was a tag to that. Please send help. Let's see.
Oh, somebody said Hunter Biden.
Oh,
Too soon.
yikes. There's a laptop involved there. All right, here we go. Here's some. That's so long. I can't do that.
Phil Rivera
It's just
doesn't get
so
it.
long. Let's see. The FBI has
call you later.
answered my mom's oldest question. They recently announced that indeed, contrary to my mother's teaching, the laundry has done itself.
I don't get that one.
I don't get it. Nope. Okay. I missed something. Okay. Whatever. Reading the local classified ads in the Sunday newspaper, Jim sees an ad, talking dog for sale, Charlotte, North Carolina. He calls the man, placing the ad, and makes an appointment for the next day to drive up and see the dog. As he pulls up to the drive, a farmer is on the porch and tells him the dog is out back.
I like it when you read ahead and you realize you probably should not have started the
And
joke.
this is the importance of screening.
That was a joke that I didn't hit the read more on because it says read more.
That's the punchline.
Life was like a box of chocolates.
Oh my gosh!
I don't know how I messed
love
that
it.
one up.
I love
that
it.
was that could have been.
All right,
It could have been amazing.
you want to do the word of the day?
Yeah, what's the word of
Is
the
it
day?
too soon?
Well,
No, it's
before
not
you
too
do
soon.
that, I'm gonna go ahead and take off. I've got a nice buzz, so I'm gonna hop in the
All right, brother. All
in
right.
the old
You know what?
Corolla.
In the old Corolla.
I hate you a little bit less than I usually do. So
Well, I hate you more.
okay.
And
That's-
it's an ongoing thing.
Thought we
it's-
bonded. Thought we
No,
bonded.
we
but
did not.
You know what?
We did no bonding. I hate you. And I wish all of the worst things upon you.
Dingus, welcome aboard.
Love you.
So much sweetness there. There's that
know what?
underline.
I'm tired. I'm tired of this damn bird barging in on our podcast.
I don't think you are.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of have a soft spot for him. Not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
it's that little white lump that's sitting on the hood of your car. That's the soft
I
spot.
was wondering what
that
that
you got.
was. Damn
It's an
bird.
epic soft spot.
Yeah, the bird did have a meltdown.
The bird. You know what? Look, this is why he can't have any drinks.
I
This
know.
is just the price we pay.
Bird can't drink. He can't handle his liquor
So I
anymore.
mean, he's done. He's done. He's good. We nailed it. That's how it goes. All right, go ahead with the word of the day, and then we.
Oh yeah, the word of the day. So FBI is fictional mobsters.
I love that segue. Very good.
Fictional mobsters. FBI tracks down mobsters.
Fictional
You know, it was a
mobsters.
stretch, but we went with it.
Is it the whole name of the mobster?
Nope. It has to be the last name of the fictional mobster. So,
Okay.
for instance, this is not the answer. Henry Hill from Goodfellas. So it would be Hill, not the entire
So
first
just
name.
the last name. of
Just the
mobster.
last name. And I asked Martin, should I make it really hard or should I make it, easy? And he said, make it medium hard. So Martin likes it medium hard, so we did.
I
So
like
it's
a
not
medium hard.
it's not the most obvious answer, but it's going to be one that's a little bit of a deep cut. So go for it.
Speaking of medium hard, that's a great segue into your segment.
I got to do it now?
Yeah, you
After
did it.
medium hard?
Medium hard.
Oh my gosh. I was hoping the bird would be here for this one because
I
I thought he might
my
I thought he
earpiece.
might
I'm
have
glad
some
you were showing everybody that.
What's that?
So I'm cleaning out my earpiece, and I'm glad you showed
Yeah, I
everybody
know.
that.
You're
That's
welcome.
real nice.
I was hoping the
of you.
bird would be here for the D scale.
Doing it wrong. Martin likes it. Rare.
Here we go. So should I let the music play while I talk, or should I
Yeah,
just
let it roll.
Okay.
It's ducking.
All right. So D scale for this week. There was a couple of different things that I wanted to talk about that I've seen recently. Obviously we've been off for 8 or 9 weeks, but I wanted to go more something that had just released that we could talk about that people were probably excited about. So this week I picked Prey, the new Predator movie.
Ooh, all right.
Have you
Let's
seen it?
go. I have not.
All right, so
Tell me, sir.
have you seen it, Morty? Morty was getting ready to leave. I was making sure. He hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
Phenomenal.
So
Bye.
I agree. Phenomenal, right? So, give a little bit of background. I watched Predator when I was it came out in 88. I probably watched it about that time. So, I think it came out 88, 89.
Yeah, it was back there.
So, I was, 7 years
No
old.
spoiler alerts.
No spoiler. Yeah. So I try to do spoiler-free reviews. I will talk about it a little bit, but I will not go super spoilery with it. So I watched Predator when I was way too young because my mom and I loved
Because he was at my
80s
house on the couch
action
and was
movies.
getting those free movies.
No, my mom loved 80s action movies. So Predator, Commando, Steven Seagal movies, Chuck Norris movies, we watched all those together. So I watched Predator when I was probably way too young. It imprinted on me like a young baby chick. And I forever loved Predator. Probably one of my favorite series of all time.
Get to the chopper! That was Donald Hughes.
Nothing beats a good 80s Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Even Hercules, which is a terrible movie, was a good movie. So I love Predator movies. I've watched all of them. The new ones that have come out have not been so great. I have not been super excited about them. I just felt like they haven't done the Predator justice. So Prey just released. It's a Hulu exclusive movie. So I didn't have a lot of high expectations going into it. Being I thought it was going to be like a direct-to-TV kind of crappy movie. Really blew me away, to be honest with you, as far as Predator movie goes. I don't think anything beats Predator 1 and Predator 2, all the ones released after that. Alien vs. Predator, Requiem, The Predator, Predators, all the ones have not been great, to be honest with you.
Here you go. For a little trivia,
Go back.
what skulls were at the end of Predator 2?
Oh, there was for sure an alien skull, human skull. I think there was a couple other ones.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah, Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yeah, I mean, they had some. So that's what's so great about Predator is because outside of the movies recently that have been kind of crap, there's a bunch of comics and books that have expanded the Predator universe to be really great. A bunch of just stuff about their home world, their culture, how they react. So all that kind of comes to head in this new Predator movie. So it's a Comanche young woman who's coming up in her tribe. She wants to be the war leader, which is like the main hunter, the big warrior. Her brother's obviously in line for it because she's a woman, so they kind of put her aside. So she wants to go on her quest to basically hunt and kill something that is bigger than herself, which obviously it's not a spoiler to say is the Predator. So Martin is very distracting right now.
Well, you should be looking at the camera, not me, good sir.
Yeah, but
talk to your audience.
I know. Talk to my audience. So without some spoilers, this is obviously in pre-expansion America. So you have French traders, you have the Comanche Native Americans, and so there's a little bit of a back step as far as technology goes. And that's what I love about this movie is the fact that if you read some of the Predator like greater canon like stuff, Predators do not hunt things with more advanced technology than what exists. So this Predator shows up to the planet. You don't know if the Predator is more, I mean, obviously they have interstellar travel, so he's very advanced. But when he comes out to the scene to hunt, he doesn't have the laser guns and the rifles and some of the stuff that you see in the other movies because obviously he's hunting animals and primitive humans that don't have that kind of technology. So he takes it down to basically the equivalent of the Predator bow and arrow. So as he, rampages through, he kind of starts off small. And this isn't, I'll try to keep it a little bit spoiler free and not tell the whole movie, but he starts off small, right? So there's coyotes, there's bears, and then he kind of moves up to the humans where the final like climax of the movie happens. But it probably has one of the coolest scenes in any Predator movie I've ever seen. And I'll just go ahead and say this scene. But the protagonist of the movie, the young Comanche girl, is hiding from him. And then a grizzly bear just jumps out and attacks the Predator. And I don't know,
Leonardo DiCaprio's him?
Yes, it's the Leonardo DiCaprio, the Revenant bear that violated Leo comes out and gets his comeuppance. This
Gets his comeuppance.
this predator, like bare fists, fights this grizzly bear. And of course, predators are like 7 feet tall. So he's fighting this 12-foot tall grizzly bear. And the way it ends is basically he picks up this grizzly bear and just disembowels them. And the blood falls down as he's cloaked, because the predators have cloaking technology.
Yep.
And so all you see is this predator you see his outline just covered in bear blood. And it's probably the most badass scene in any Predator movie I've ever seen. Besides the one where in Predator 2 where he rips the guy's like spine out. Which they do a callback with, because he starts with a coyote, and every time he pulls the coyote and he pulls his...
And you're not going to tell the whole movie.
No, I won't. I'll stop there. But I get excited as I talk about it. I kind of want to go back and watch it because it was just a killer movie. But the way they wrap it up and end it, it's very relevant to the first movie. They kind of do a couple of callbacks as far as the way she fights the Predator.
Yep.
It's no, it's not going to be a spoiler on how it ends. I mean, it's a Predator movie. We know how it ends. But there's a couple of callbacks to Dutch as far as how she combats the Predator.
Yep.
It's really cool. And I will say probably I'll leave this as the last thing. Probably how it ends. It kind of wraps it up very well. And it's a single story, right? I think they're talking about doing some more in different timelines. But at the end credits, the credits are a bearskin painting from like the Comanche Indians.
Nice.
And so it shows like the different beats of the movie as a bearskin drawing is like how they would draw it. Obviously, all the different fights and how it ends. But if you watch the end credits, the very last bearskin drawing is like a really big Easter egg as to how they're going to continue the series.
Phil is cracking himself up with a lot of herbology.
So,
Sweet Muffins, good to see you.
Honestly, I kind of talked myself into a higher rating than I would have given anything else.
All right.
I just get excited when I talk about stuff that I love, and I'm really excited about seeing how they're going to continue this, because the guy that wrote and directed it I think he knocked it out of the park. If you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it if you like Predator and alien type movies.
So speaking of comeuppance,
yes,
what do you rank it?
Before I rank it, I'm going to say one thing.
That was the one.
Before I rank it, I'll say there's one other thing. They dubbed the entire movie in the Comanche language.
Oh.
Because that's every main character is a Comanche Indian. So you can watch the entire movie as a Comanche in the Comanche language, which is a dying language, which is kind of cool how they did that. And then also there's one big scene with French traders, because they were obviously the only other people besides Comanche in this area. So the entire movie is in Comanche and French with English subtitles, and it's very, very cool. I would highly recommend it. So that being said, I thought I was going to rate it one way, but I'm going to rate it another way. So let's go ahead and do it. See where it goes.
Oh boy. Oh, here it comes. Literally. Oh, wow.
Where are we going? I can't even see what I hit. I hope I hit the right button. Oh, I did it. 5. So look, Prey, 5 out of 5. Easily probably the best Predator movie since Predator 2. I think people hate on Predator 2, but Predator and Predator 2 and Prey all fall in the same range as far as great action movies. And that's going to be it.
Very nice. Very nice.
And if you haven't seen it, man, you are losing out.
Well,
it is killer.
Well, we're gonna.
If you like terrible 80s
you need
movies.
to pass over yours. I felt like I'd already seen the whole movie, to be honest.
No, trust me. There's a lot left that I did not talk about. So
you can kill your music now.
Oh, sorry. I thought of
like the Predator. There you go.
How long is that music? Because it
keeps going.
I've talked for 47 minutes.
Cheers,
right,
sir.
Cheers, buddy.
Oh,
who's that?
We have somebody at the door.
Well, hey, boys, how's it going?
Oh, look at you crawling in here, you sassy thing.
We haven't seen you in a while.
Yes, it's just me. It's Dale, the effeminate Southern gentleman. I just wanted to pop in and say, how's it going?
Oh, my goodness, Dale.
It's going good, Dale.
It has been a while, sir. But
It's been a hot
Phil
minute.
Rivera said, wait, WTF, was that elongated object diving down left side of screen?
Phil, I think we know what it is.
That was the D-scale.
That was the D-scale. That was the Bezos rocket.
So I want to introduce everybody to Dale. Dale is somebody we have known for a long time, and for some reason Derek keeps hitting.
I didn't touch it.
His music. Oh, hit if the button's still playing, hit the button again, maybe, because it wants to. It wants to keep.
That's it.
It wants to keep going. We
Fixed
got it. We got it. So let's introduce Dale. Now Dale is an off-camera person. He's got to protect his identity.
That's Dale's intro music.
Very good.
That's right. Listen, my wife, Tiff, she absolutely tells me, number one, she loves the show. I just got to tell you. She
sweet.
flat out loves the show. She loves Derek the most, I swear. I'll come home sometimes and she's just watching reruns of Derek. She's just in the bed just relaxing, watching reruns of Derek.
You know what? You've told me that Tiff is a big fan of Derek.
She is. She's a huge fan.
She's the biggest fan.
Yes.
Does she love the D-scale?
Oh, she is a big fan of the D-scale. And you know what? I actually really like the D-scale myself. I think that is a fantastic segment. I really appreciate that you put that out there. But listen, I'm just way too shy. There's no way that I could ever be on camera. It just would never happen. Tiff tells me all the time. She's like, listen, Dale, you need to be more outgoing. You need to put yourself out there more. You need to come out of your shell, and you need to get yourself out there more.
She ever told you just to come out of that room, that small room that holds clothes?
Just listen, I'm just real glad that y'all just let me be a part of the show today. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to say that. And listen, I know Tiff is a big Derek fan.
Yeah.
She loves the D-scale. And I just want to say, listen, I'm a big fan of you too, Martin. I don't know that I could ever pick between. I'd just be right in the middle of the two of you. I could never pick.
It's like picking between my favorite pipe.
How many kids do you have, Dale?
Hard and
we've got 4 kids.
4 kids.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, they all look like their mom, I think. I don't know if any of them actually look like me. They all just look just like their mom. It's just so crazy how much they look like her. But they're just as sweet as pie. They're just as absolutely sweet as sugar pie, I swear.
Okay.
Now, Dale, do you have any other particular hobbies? Because again, I think we've been trying to get you into pipe smoking. I've given you a real stiff.
Well, listen, I've been known to
long
smoke a pipe or two in my day.
Understood.
Yeah. Some big ones too. Back in the day, some church wardens, like some big ones.
Long, real
yes,
long.
I'm like anybody else. I like the Lord of the Rings. I wanted to try a big old fat pipe every now and then. But listen, it's just, I got 4 kids. I got to set an example.
Sure.
And Tiff doesn't like it when I smoke too much, and I don't like coming home all smoky,
Right.
I want to keep everything clean for the kids and my wife, it's all good.
What's your favorite thing about pipe smoking? Is it the packing? Is it the sucking, getting the draw right? Like what do you really find is your
There's just something about having one sitting between my teeth. It just gives you something to chew on for an extended period of time, while you're just sitting there talking with your buddies, having some drinks. I'll have a martini, an apple martini or something, if I'm getting real crazy. But I just, occasionally I like to just have one. But it's been a long time.
Such a long time.
I don't think I've actually smoked a big old pipe since I got married.
Huge.
I think that's pre-Tiff the last time I had one.
I mean, there's a build up to a large pipe. I mean, you don't just walk in and stick a big church warden in the mouth. I mean, that's unless you're just a brave soul and you can just take that much wood and put it in your mouth right between your teeth. I mean, that's an amazing feat. I mean, I congratulate you for that, and I appreciate you being back in the hobby.
Well, listen, I'm just real happy that y'all let me be on the show. I'm a big
Absolutely.
fan.
Oh, we'd love to have you over here, buddy.
Yep. Thanks for I'll just sit here. I'm just going to sit here and
Just
I'll
sit
just
there.
pop in every now and then if I got something to say.
Absolutely. You find something,
And
you
listen,
go right
hey,
ahead.
look, about your D scale, love
Yeah.
it. By the way, Prey was phenomenal.
You like Prey?
It was an excellent
It was
Hulu
awesome.
special. I was a big fan of that. I just loved that little old girl. She was in there doing her thing, gets that big old bad predator.
It's great.
Which bear
Great movie.
scene did you like more, The Revenant or Prey?
I love a good bear scene. First off, let me just establish that. I'm a big fan of the bear scenes. But that one was what he said. It was phenomenal when she's hiding in the beaver dam, and then the big old bear jumps out and it just fights the predator with its fist and all that. And you know what? You don't even notice. You know what? Listen to me going on like old schoolgirl. I'm just going to stop. I don't want to give any spoilers. Lord help.
Yeah, no spoilers. They get
No
mad about
spoilers,
spoilers
that's
out
true.
there.
I'm
get
sorry.
mad.
I'm sorry.
No, you're
I
good.
just get
You're fine.
excited
No,
about
I
stuff.
appreciate it.
You know how it is.
We
It's
don't
just good.
censor on this channel, okay? Everybody is free to be who they are and how they identify, okay? So you feel free however you want to. You interject whenever. You have free reign.
Well, y'all just do. I'm just gonna sit back
We'll
and
do it.
watch. I just like watching these two old boys go at it. Just have y'all's thing. Y'all
How do
your
you
thing.
now? What do you think of the Friday Night Playhouse?
I love the Friday Night Playhouse. I love anything that gets you a little culture, and I love the theater, girl. I just love it.
I think you ought to have Tiff come over here one time too, since she's such a big fan of the show and she loves me so much. I'd love to have Tiff over here one time.
Well, you know what? Sometimes Tiff just needs to have some time by herself. She's, we're there with the 4 kids. She goes out and works all day, and I'm just sitting at home with the kids, taking care of them and all that. She just needs some time by herself. I know for right now, she's sitting at home with a big old glass of Chardonnay, and she's just watching this stream right now, and she's probably just sitting there thinking, I cannot believe that old Dale is sitting there talking to my boy Derek. It's just got to be phenomenal. But listen, y'all do y'all's thing. I'm just gonna say here.
We
Okay,
got it.
all
Well,
right.
we got
Don't
a
worry
treat.
about it.
We
I
got a
just sit
treat
right
for you tonight, Dale. You and everybody else. We got a treat. Yes. It's that time again for all you, the little people. I understand many of you are in that earned income level that the IRS is going to audit you this year, especially with all those extra agents that they're coming on. I understand, and they're going to be armed to the teeth just to make sure that you're paying for all of those little little things you have on Etsy and everything like that and eBay. I get it, 100%. But we're gonna help alleviate a little of that stress. We're gonna pull the stopper on that and let it flow, just like down the shaft of a pipe. We're gonna let it flow. And if my two friends were paying any bit of attention, there would have been a lot of laughs on that, because I couldn't have done that any better if I really would have tried. But in this scene, we have two gentlemen in a bar, completely distraught and so inebriated. Let's see what these young gentlemen, middle-aged gentlemen actually, have to say. Did you have a good relationship with your father, Derek?
I think I might have the wrong script.
It's on one of the pages. Flip it over. Hold on.
Works out better when get the scene in the correct order.
Is it in the correct order
Yep.
now?
Go.
And go.
Action.
Did you have a good relationship with your father, D?
We were like pals.
I'd like to kill mine. I'd like to take an ice pick, just stab him right in the eye.
I still want to throw up.
Can you help me? I mean, can you tell me? I mean, what the hell's going on here? Why are all on this big spinning ball they call Earth? I mean, why? Why?
You ever hear of avoidance behavior?
I say that actually. Have you ever heard of avoidance? Have you ever heard of avoidance behavior? I don't even want to talk about it.
Yes. Let's talk about avoidance behavior, like sitting here in a bar, drinking shots instead of saving Cynthia.
Oh, she'll be fine, D.
What do you mean Cynthia's fine?
I mean, look, I'll tell you one thing. I'm not going to go out there and risk my ass for my wife. Whatever. I'm not risking my ass before I get a few things off my chest.
Fine. Say them. What do you want to say?
Did you know I was a bedwetter?
You don't do it anymore, do you?
You know, when I was 12, I saw my dad naked in the shower.
Well, that's probably why you wet the bed. Very Freudian, Jungian.
We had some great times.
You and your father?
No, me and Cynthia.
That one was almost vomit.
You know, what was it like when she told you she was pregnant?
Okay, well, that was a beautiful moment.
Man, she's got a great rack.
I'm sorry?
So wild. I mean, oh, she was so wild. I mean, one time we wrecked an entire suite at Hotel Drake. $7,000 later.
Hey, let's stop talking about you and my wife, please.
I mean, we didn't come out, we didn't come out of the room for 4 days. But I don't got to tell you, do I? You married her, you lucky son of a bitch. And what is this? What is this thing? I mean,
the thing that we've been building for the past few hours?
Oh, I mean, I hate it. Hate it.
Why?
Makes me sad.
What's happening? What's happening right now? What is happening? Where you going now? What are you doing? Can we get the check, please? And scene.
Lord have mercy, boys. I swear. That was phenomenal.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dale.
I felt like I was watching that whole movie.
Dale.
Dale, this is why we enjoy having you over, because you appreciate
Thank you, Dale.
the finer things in life.
Look, not our finest, but definitely in the top 5.
And impress Dale.
Definitely top 5.
Top 5.
I mean,
Dale,
look, everybody has hiccups every once in a while. But that is another Friday Night Playhouse that we bring you the little people. Go out there and spend those little extra COVID checks that you get, no matter what state you live in. Do it. Go get you something substantial. Stock up on all your ramen noodle and rice and bug protein, and get that chitin, baby. Get that chitin and make you some biscuits out of it. We'll see you next week on the next Literate Friday show. Thank you.
I feel attacked by Donald Hughes. Top 5 of the season.
I mean, I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that. I feel like he might seem like it's an attack, but it's really not. I mean, he's
I mean, if there were Oscars given out for performances done on the internet, we would probably win.
Look,
one.
I mean, I'd take a Woody.
Yeah. Is that what they're called?
No, I don't. I think
Dale,
that's
you
another.
ever had a Woody?
I think that's another category of movies. Some guy named Ron keeps popping up in my head, and it's not Hard Crackers.
Wow.
But
is that what Pee Wee Herman was watching?
Little
Woody
Jeremy.
Awards? And we're done.
And we're done.
All right. Yep, we know it. Oh my God!
But before we leave you, we're going to definitely.
I don't think anybody even tried to guess the word of the day.
Did anybody?
I think they
did
just
anybody
gave
guess
up on
the
that
word
one.
of the day? I don't think anybody got the word of the day.
Nobody cares.
That just means it rolls over to next week.
Yep.
So you got to deal with it. That's how it goes. Oh, all right. A man gets pulled over by a police officer, and the cop pulls him. This is so long. I can't. I don't. This goes on.
Well, hey, listen, just go ahead and do it. I mean, I
It's
love
long.
long ones.
I'll hold your
Yeah, they're the best type of ones. They just deliver at
All
the
right.
end every time.
I'm going to try and deliver. I'm going to give a full load on this one.
Hold on, let's do the word of the day again. Apparently, Donald
Word of the
Graham
day
didn't hear
again.
it.
Go ahead.
Word of the day is fictional mobsters, only last name.
Only.
Only from movies and TV shows.
Got it. Mobster, last names, movie T shows.
Got it.
Here we go. A man gets pulled over by a police officer, and the cop pulls him out of the car and asks, "Do you have anything I should know about before I look in there?" Heard that a time or two, I can tell you that. The guy shrugs his shoulders, and the cops begin looking in the car. He pops the trunk and finds a kilo of cocaine. He holds it up and turns back to the man. "Looks like you're going away for a while for this one." A few days later, the man is in prison awaiting trial, and his grandmother comes to the prison to talk with him. The man looks down at the table while he's talking to his grandmother and says, "Looks like they got me. I might be going away for a long time, Grandma." His grandma puts his hand in hers to reassure him. It says, "I'm so sorry this is happening to you. I'll miss you helping me with the garden every single year. It's going to be so hard to pull up those weeds and to get the soil ready by myself with no help." The guy ponders for a moment and says to his grandmother, "Don't worry. I'll think of something. I'll think of some way to help. Yeah, you can count on me." The grandmother smiles and says, "You're such a good boy. Always thinking of me even though you're in this situation." A few weeks pass and the grandmother gets a letter from the guy. It's obviously been opened, resealed. She takes the letter out and begins to read it. The letter says,
Lord, this is an emotional one.
"Dear Grandma, I'm sorry for what I did, but don't worry, I left something in the garden for you." We've read this one before.
We've done this one. It's just a
Hey,
different
listen,
version of it.
Just finish, honey.
We read a little something in the garden for you so that you can get until I come home. Just call Carlos and give him what you dig up. He'll know what to do with it. I'll make sure he gives you a fair cut so you can't take care of yourself. Love, your grandson Johnny. A few months later, there's a knock on the door. The grandmother opens the door while someone's holding a letter, and it's the police with members of the DA and the FBI in tow. The lead police officer says, "Ma'am, we have information that your grandson may have hidden something illegal in your backyard. We're going to have to search your yard. I hope you don't mind." While giving her the search warrant, of course, the police, FBI, and DEA agents all file into the backyard and begin tearing up the garden area with rakes, hoes, shovels, and picks. This goes on all afternoon until the police officer says out loud, "Doesn't look like there's anything here. Let's wrap it up." All the DEA and FBI agents nod in agreement and begin to file out the yard. An hour later, the phone rings and the grandmother picks it up. "Collect call from Johnny from City Prison. Do you accept the charges?" Grandmother emphatically says yes. "Hi, Grandma. Did you get my letter?" Johnny asks. "Yes, I did. I don't know what you were talking about, but as soon as I got it, the cops showed up and began tearing up the backyard and the garden." Johnny begins to laugh on the other end and says, "I told you I'd think of something to help you out."
Well, that's just real considerate.
It's a good
Sweet.
one.
That was so nice.
This is very
That
sweet.
was
Very
nice.
sweet joke.
Yes, Johnny is a sweetheart.
Let's roll another set real quick.
Let's
'Cause
do it.
That was
took
so
the
long.
whole song.
Whole
I will say some people have guessed word of the day.
very close.
They were close,
Very
but
close.
there was some people on there that I didn't think they were going to. I didn't think they would even ever pick out, and they did. So good on them. Not the right answer though.
What is the Soviet FBI called?
I don't know. What's that?
FBW.
FBW.
I don't know. I
Okay.
have no idea. How do you find $1 million from the FBI?
I don't know.
Give it to the CIA. Those two don't share anything. They don't share anything. The FBI has determined the rope in Bubba Wallace's garage was a door pull and not a noose. I guess no news is good news.
Wow.
Oh.
Yes. NASCAR.
I get FBW because it's socialist.
FBW.
I get it. That's the.
Hyman Roth was
FBW.
Jewish.
I love it. I love it. Go
Oh,
ahead.
he got it. Somebody finally got it. Let's do it.
Good. Yeah, baby.
Yes.
You got it. Knock it out. Booyah, booyah, booyah. Get it.
WR Puff and Stuff got it.
Stuff and Puff.
Frank Costello
Good on
from
you.
The Departed.
Good on you. We're gonna read it. Just
I'm the guy that does his job. You must be the
Just-
other one.
wow. Was that Stuff and Puff?
Yep.
Let's see. Let's give him some. I think we're gonna pop out a few more jokes real quick. I'm trying to think if we got anything else.
Got any news to say, or are we?
I mean, last
Anything-
time I did
anything important?
news, everybody collapsed. And like all of a sudden,
No, Kelly Clarkson!
that is this the joke button?
Yeah.
Wow.
Would you like another one?
No.
No,
No.
do another one.
What?
Mark?
No.
No, Martin didn't like it. Let's do another
Nope,
song.
Nope. Oh,
There we go.
gosh. This is your favorite.
Oh, Lilyhammer was a great mobster show.
Lily
Good
Hammer.
choice.
Let's see.
I don't know his name on Lilyhammer though. Gambling's not working correctly right now. so
Gambling's
we
not
will-
working correctly. We'll get that fixed by next week.
Say it. Do it.
What do you find on an FBI toilet?
What?
Secret shit. A man goes to the FBI head office. A frightened man goes to the FBI. What? What happened? Oh, I'm sorry. A frightened man goes to the FBI head office and says, "My talking parrot disappeared."
Okay.
"Why did you come here?" "Go to the regular police," said the front desk. The man replied, "I will. I'm just here to tell you that I disagree with whatever that parrot is going to say."
Damn parrot.
Oh, that would have been a funny one when Morty was here.
Morty,
I would have loved to
yes.
just-
Donald Graham's back on the
I
car
love-
bombs.
I love Morty.
He's gonna be in rare form.
I think Morty's a little mean, but go ahead.
Oh, here we go. The FBI arrested the math teacher with graph paper.
Okay.
He was definitely plotting something.
Wow. It's a deep cut math
That's a
joke.
deep. That one gets in there. That's
I appreciate it.
according to the FBI, the number of serial killers is decreasing every year,
Really.
thanks to those damn lazy millennials who can't commit to a single thing. They don't get any better.
That should be a show, a lazy millennial serial killer. As a millennial, I approve of it.
A lazy millennial serial killer?
Yep. I approve.
Oh, I like that.
Or you can make it a Gen Z and just make them really woke. A woke serial killer.
I love when
And you
these
know who I
things
would love
pop
to
up.
see play that? Zach
Who?
Braff.
Oh, Zach Braff.
From
Yeah.
from Scrubs.
Garden State.
I thought we were going to go Zach
Yes.
Galifianakis.
No, Zach Braff was on Scrubs and Garden State.
I got
How do you feel about Zac Efron? My wife loves Zac Efron.
Yep, you know what? Tiff loves Zach Efron
Yeah.
too.
I bet.
Oh,
He'd be
okay.
popular with the crowd.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Baywatch was phenomenal. He did a great job in that movie. I thought he was very well rounded.
I'm going to give you a subliminal message.
That guy in a little coat.
Yikes. Wow. That's the improbability drive that does that?
Yep.
Nice. The improbability drive
It
does
gives
not.
and it takes.
It gives and it takes. And yes, ma'am.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Cheers. This is to Dale.
This is to Dale for showing up.
Our good
I
friend
hope
showing
Dale
up.
shows up more because I have not had as much fun as I had with Dale and even Morty.
I
hope
say
Morty
Dale
shows
and
up
Morty
more, too.
both been. Cheers,
So
everyone.
excited. Appreciate it.
Thank
Give a
y'all.
thumbs up in
Y'all
the
are so
chat
sweet.
if y'all think Dale and Morty should show up more often.
Y'all were just real sweet. I just want to say, even if just real sweet. Thank you.
You're so welcome, Dale.
Just means it.
Dale, we love
It
having you
means
here.
it.
If y'all think Dale and Morty should be back, give a thumbs up in chat. Just do it. Crush.
Oh, I'm going
the
to give like
chat.
10 thumbs ups.
Do it, D-Man. Give that thumbs up. Show emphatically how many people love Morty, and especially Dale. Dale comes from the heart.
Listen, just from this old boy from Savannah.
Well, now you've heard it, Ganji.
Getting a few thumbs up would just be precious.
Dale will take some thumbs up. No problem. We appreciate it. Dale, I'll tell you right now, Dale could be a race car driver.
I think
All right, D.
I think it edited my comments.
Oh, I'm a big old fan of NASCAR.
That'll do it. Oh, Donald Graham
Yeah.
Donald Graham loves some Dale. I don't blame
so
you.
sweet. He's just a gentleman.
I tell you, D, I think that's about all I got.
That's all you got, bud?
That's all I got, man. Unless
I
you
think it
got
was a good
something
show.
else. I think it was a
Sorry, I
great
kind of
show.
went off the rails on Prey there, but I just got really excited
You
talking
went
about it.
off.
I kind of want to go home and watch it again now.
Look, man, but you know what? You're back on track. That's all that matters.
Back on track.
Back on
Back on
track.
track. I got a lot of stuff to talk about, so I've got a backlog. I've got to catch up.
If you keep talking, I'm going to leave you on this show by yourself.
Okay, After Hours with Derek.
After Hours with D. After Hours with the D. And Dale.
Oh,
D&D.
What about
We got a new show.
Oh, D&D segment.
What about Late Night D?
Oh, some late night D. And D.
Think we got an idea.
I think we have something in the makings for sure.
It's been fun, guys.
That we got so much. Good to see you, Robert. Good to see you, Stuff and Puff, Donald Graham, Derek, man. Thank you for coming as always. Dale, thank you for coming. Thank you, Doing It Wrong. Thank you, Graham. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you, Conch. Thank you, Phil, Patrick, all you guys and gals that are out there. Appreciate you so much. Ohio Sweet Muffins, Sweet Lips Muffin, Boris, and everybody. We appreciate y'all so much, and everybody there. Spread the word if you would. Spread the word about the show so we can grab some more people out here to have as much fun with us as you're having. It's all about camaraderie and doing the things right and getting her done. Donald Hughes, it's good to see you, sir. Love all of you. We'll see you next Friday. Patrick Childers, Kevin, all you guys. Man, I'm so excited to have all of you here. Andrew Sirigliano, the Bluefin. Dingus, it was great to see you. Ron, I can never forget you because, man, you are the man with many leather-bound books.
Hey, can I just do an impression real quick?
Please do.
Say the name.
Nailed it, Dale.
Boris. I love it.
Love it. Raymond, good to see you, sir. And some of the new ones that came in that we just had a blast with, bring it every single time. We'll see you next Friday.